go ahead and get started with today's lab notes. That right there is a 2-room start with 2 2-room start with 2 side rooms. Both the rooms along main path have 2 points of potentially 2 points of interest. There's a floor puzzle. Sorry, I realized my keypad was not on the right setting, so I had to change it real quick. Good evening, Ath. Good evening, Setzer. Is there something else in here? Ooh, there is. And it's a secret passage. Well, I'll figure out where that goes in a moment. This is side room number 1. What do we got? What do we got? Always hope that this is empty. Actually, if the secret passage is in here, that'd be great. If the secret passage was in here, that'd be fantastic, because that means I don't need to worry about this room having anything important. Don't worry about my HP. It's fine. This is a trap gauntlet. Well, squandered. Found Prentice Manor in Delft today. Now you get to stress over whether I better run it now or wait till 3.16. A very possible Atlas wipe. There is going to be an Atlas reshuffle. They've explicitly stated that there's an Atlas reshuffle. On the synthesis page at the very bottom, it does in fact say the Atlas will shift. So, highly expect a new Atlas and new maps. This is a trap gauntlet. From, I don't, oh, that is, okay, I need to do this. I can't remember if there has been a time where they're like, hey, here's new maps, but the Atlas isn't changing. Like, they take the current Atlas, then just stick maps in there. I can't remember the last time if that has ever happened. Because every time they've added new maps, they've kind of changed the Atlas in some way, right? Good evening, JP. How are you? Have you seen? I'm guessing. Sorry. What was I about to say? I know you've fallen off of POE due to this preferences change of preferences, but have you actually like even have you heard about synthesis or anything like that? What room layout was this? I was just staring at it and I lost it. Okay, that's what it is. New expansion, Synthesis League. 3.6 is coming out in 2 weeks for POE. Oh, yeah, and here's where the secret passage went. I noticed that beforehand. Nobody send out announcement emails, don't they? I don't... Alright, back where we left off. Right before Izaro Phase 1. Good evening, Arcana. Alright, Izaro, you have a sword and shield. And you have charge disruptors, which no one likes. What's it? I know I had the Reddit post with the dates on it and all that, but when was the passive tree is the passive tree information 2 days before the league launch or the day before league launch? Because I just realized I forgot time zones, and I forgot how time zones work. And 3 years of live notes is not happening the day of the league, it's happening the day before the league. The league itself is launching March 8th/9th. 3 years of live is March 7th/8th. I forget how time works, especially when dealing with the fact that, or I forget that New Zealand's in the future, so therefore, when planning around dates and whatnot, it's always the day before. That being said, the main thing I'll be doing that, if the passive tree and stuff is gonna be released, I'll just be doing like build guides, or I'll be making builds all that day then. I'll try to do a longer stream that day since that will be a Wednesday. Wait, no, that'll be a Thursday. No, yeah, that's a Thursday. Yeah, so that Thursday I'll I'll try to do a longer stream because it'll be a 3-year anniversary stream. And in addition to that, I guess I'll mostly be doing just builds. Planning out remaking some old lab builds and helping others with their builds and whatnot. I need to decide on what the heck I'm gonna end up doing. I want to play Soul Rend, but it's always a huge risk of doing new skills at the start of a league because you never know when it's actually gonna be good. Sleep in or be silly? I would say sleep in, because here's the thing: if you sleep in, if you're gonna be silly, you're gonna stay up 5 a.m. to deal with queuing woes. If you sleep in, there might not be a queue the next day. Huh? Yeah, you gotta remember about the queue. Gotta remember about day 1 tech issues that may or may not occur. Just watching this trailer, to be honest, and from the non-player point of view, the expansion looks very boring. It's again a new crafting mods, new bosses, new discoverable world. I know my opinion comes from the outside, but I feel like this is somehow a repetition of content. Breach, Delve, Atlas. For me, when I saw it, the first thing I noticed, like, yep, it's reverse Breach. So I don't blame you with that. That was my first reaction when I saw, I did not pick up the gold key because I'm dumb. When I first saw the memories shrinking in, I was like, oh, it's inverted breach. Instead of it opening up, it's closing in. So I see that. Which is why I am once again not excited for the new league itself and all the crafting mods and whatnot. I am more of a person who is excited for, oh, spell reworks, new support gems, new builds. Yay! That's where my mind still lies. Cast on crit art. Really good. I don't think you needed me to tell you that, but that's really good. You don't have the double damage, but that's still fine. That's fine. The double damage attack speed is fairly important, but everything else seems alright. Yeah, also I don't really craft 2 options, so... me not crafting too often kind of doesn't help with the fact that League there's a lot more crafting stuff. What else can they do with expansions? Do bestiary. Do bestiary. That's... That's their other option. However, I think they're on break from doing something like that for a while. When was the last time they added a new spell that wasn't OP? Let's see. Stormburst. Stormburst. Yeah, that's the one. I actually kind of like. I mostly like well, I'm a fan of blue. I'm a fan of blue, so I kind of like the colors of the expansion. I really like the Soul Stealer supporter pack, and they kind of carried all that design into what's it? Into Synthesis, so I'm kind of a fan of that. Yeah, Blight was bad as well. The blue is too bright in the whole design. Looks like it belongs in a mobile game. Do you not have a phone? I don't know. I kind of it just reminds me a lot of Protoss for some reason, I guess. So I kind of like the whole like wireframe constructs with being powered by like being animated by pure energy that you can see within the construct. I kind of like it. Armageddon brand. Armageddon brand and Storm brand are actually pretty good. Oh yeah, yeah. You don't. It's not that you don't miss POE. It's just that POE is a huge time investment. I get you. I get that. I'm kind of in a unfortunate situation where my time is now limited, but I'm burnt out on POE, so it's so I'm okay with not playing POE right now. What is left? Okay, this is the third Dark Shrine, so we have a Dark Shrine and an Escort Gauntlet to the left. I'm only doing labyrinths now, pretty much. For the past few weeks, I've been only really doing labyrinths. You're super hyped for Lancing Steel and Pale. Yeah, I really like the sound and the visuals of Lancing Steel, but I never ended up playing it. I was in that boat. Playing Hearthstone. Oh, apparently, at least you can play together with your girlfriend. That's nice. That's nice, and that is 100% a good reason to play the game. I was thinking about getting Anthem, but the recent reviews throughout the early access have kind of put me off of getting Anthem. So, okay, here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing. The impressions from the early access put me off of Anthem, and now the day one, but now more recent impressions are kind of putting me back onto Anthem, which is weird, because people are like, a lot of people are saying, all the problems you've heard are super valid, but the game itself is still pretty solid. Like, the gameplay itself is pretty solid, but yes, it's buggy, the story's kind of boring, the environment's kind of bland, but the shooting and the killing and the javelins and all that still seems fine. So it's kind of putting me back a little bit. So it's like, debating again. However, what's it? What has happened is that on Thursday we've started. I'm taking a literature class, and we started reading Fellowship of the Ring in my literature class. So today I rewatched Fellowship of the. Well, here's what happened. After talking about it a lot on Thursday, and the fact that my professor is a person who basically studies what's it, Lord of the Rings and the writing by Tolkien. She actually said she recommended, she actually kind of recommended us to watch the movies, Because while the movies aren't as detailed and as good as the books, they actually capture the overall emotion and importance of the books themselves. She actually recommended us watch them, so like, you know what, I'll find, you know, it's been many years since I've watched any Lord of the Rings movie. How about I rewatch them? Or rewatch at least Fellowship of the Ring. So I rewatch, and in doing so, I decided, oh, you know what? I bought Shadow of Mordor like 2 years ago. How about I play that as well? Upon learning it was a 7-hour download, I'm like, you know what? I'll just watch Fellowship of the Ring while it's downloading. And so today I watched Fellowship of the Ring and decided, you know what? Now I kind of feel like watching the other two as well. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna watch what's Two Towers? Two Towers is next. And then I don't know if I'll watch Return of the King tomorrow as well, or I'll just wait till Sunday to do that. But I'm now rewatching Lord of the Rings and playing and as well as playing Shadow of Mordor. I started playing Shadow of Mordor like 2 hours before the stream. Wait 6 months to work out the bugs. Yeah, see that's the thing. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Anthem. Bug fixes I feel like they can actually do fairly soon. But the main problem with Anthem in my mind is gonna be the core gameplay changes they need to do. Like the 3 strongholds, that's apparently not enough content right now. The armor system is very, very bland. As in, like, there aren't that too many things you can, armor-wise, you can change in your javelins. So Lord of the Rings was in fact, if memory serves right, it was actually like okay. Again, this is being described by my professor, this is as told by my professor, who might be biased as she is does study Lord of the Rings and whatnot. It is quote unquote quote unquote the best epic of the 21st century. So, like, it's the modern like Beowulf or something like that. Lord of the Rings on Wikipedia states the written stages between 1937 pages and 1949 pages. Yeah. My professor said it was a 2,000-page book that the publisher recommended. Maybe split this up so it's easier for readers to read. So like, rather than have this dense thing to go through at once, they get 3 small bite-sized pieces to kind of go between. But anyway, let me go ahead and get these Leibniz made.